Hiya, Cosmic Cat here. Welcome to my channel. All right, today we are going to read the affirmations for the inner child on 1010. We have the birthday candle carried over from the birthday reading. If you feel so inclined to check that reading out, maybe you are wanting to build your self-confidence up. There was a lot in that reading in a short amount of time. If you feel inclined, feel free to check that out. All right. Have you checked in with your inner child today? Place your hand on your upper abdomen and tell your inner child good morning to him or her. How are you today? You ready to have a good day? Share in the comments below if you do this frequently or often, and maybe a message that you receive. Perhaps you hadn't received messages for a while, but now you feel that movement, that energy. Sometimes it's not words that you hear, or it's a sensation you feel, and you just feel warmth, closeness. 1010. All right. And something we know about tens. Right now, we're going to read for the angel number before we get into this, because I'm being guided to share with you. You're receiving divine guidance from God through thoughts, ideas, insights, or what's called claircognizance, knowing facts without knowing how you receive the information. We just talked about that. Stay positive about the messages you receive. So it's important for you to recognize, again, claircognizance. You just know it. You feel it in your body. You don't see it. There's no other clarification besides this inner knowing, your gut, your inner wisdom. So make sure you're following that at all times. Let's find October 10th, and it's all about vulnerability. Vulnerability is a part of my humanness. When I was a child, I was certain that adults knew something I didn't know, something that made life perfectly clear. I thought that adults were in control of this secret, and that when I grew up, this secret would also be revealed to me. Isn't that interesting how we always do seem to want what someone else has, especially as a youth, child, even adolescence age, when if you have straight hair, you're always seeking and wishing you had curly hair, and vice versa. If you have brown eyes, you may be wishing your eyes were blue. The shape of your body. Sometimes it takes us a little while to figure out our humanness is exactly as it was supposed to be. We are built and created. The vessel that carries our soul is exactly as it's meant to be, with scars, bruises, all the stories, everything in between, the beauty, the smoothness of our skin, and also the wrinkles that come as age sets in. All right, I couldn't wait to grow up and learn this secret. Same. It's like when you're a kid, you want to be an adult. When you're an adult, you want to be a kid again. um, and this is bringing up to me something else very interesting. The Simpsons movie, of all things. I'm bringing up the Simpsons movie because when they thought the world was ending, the church and the bar was right beside each other. Everyone in the church ran out of the church and ran to the bar, and everyone in the bar ran out of the bar and into the church. And I mean, that's really like the gist of it, isn't it? It's how people sometimes can react to an apocalypse, a situation where something transforms forever. Okay, so I couldn't wait to grow up and learn this secret. Yet when I became an adult, I still felt as confused and vulnerable as I did when I was a child. What was this secret that no one would tell me? Now I know the secret. Grown-ups are often as scared and vulnerable and in need of help as children. We don't know everything. We're not always in control. And that's okay. Take a deep breath with me. A deep, white, cleansing inhale breath in your nostrils. Hold it at the top of your crown. Allow it to cleanse. And slowly, gently sigh it out. Feel that breath go down your spine all the way out the bottom of your feet. And it takes with it any tension you have. Any kind of tension that you may have built up about being a grown-up or about being vulnerable. Knowing that it's okay to be afraid sometimes, to be vulnerable sometimes. Today I will share this simple truth with others to dispel their despair. Vulnerability knows no age limit. It is a part of our humanness. Absolutely, absolutely, as I do like to say, vulnerability is something also once shared with others that you meet. There is a sense of a filter. It actually can help you filter out relationships that you're creating or new ones that come about or ones that you've had for a long time, and you show vulnerability. When you show vulnerability to someone, it is going to clearly allow you to understand if that person is meant to be in your life or not, because the way that they respond to your vulnerability is going to show you how much they trust themselves, how honest and open they are with themselves, because how open and honest they are with you really shows how they are with themselves as also. If you share vulnerability with someone and they don't respond to you, or they respond to you in a way of trying to take ownership of your feelings, or they respond to you in a way of disbelief, maybe mocking, making fun of. Perhaps they don't respond to you at all. They just respond to a whole group of people around you in your circle, in your friend circle. These are all ways that people can show you their true colors. It's not meant for you to have hatred or anger toward this person. This could be even a state that you've been in before with vulnerability, growing up, not understanding, not wanting to be vulnerable because it's definitely in this culture typically viewed as weakness. But those who really are open with their vulnerability and understand it's a part of your humanness, like you being here present, showing up for yourself, showing up for your inner child, wanting to connect, wanting to go inward and introspect. You're tired of living the same way you've lived. You want to get out of this box, this cycle, this sense of feeling of spinning around your wheels in mud, not getting anywhere. And so you realize that it's important and imperative now, and taking ownership and accountability for your feelings and emotions. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to be vulnerable because of this, because society sees it as weak, because society can bully, make fun of, not really honor, respect your feelings, but take them and mold them into whatever they want to benefit their life. You know, it's important that you understand truth also and trust. We recently had the wolf card for the animal spirit, and the wolf is about being a spiritual leader, but it's also knowing who you can put your loyalty into. This doesn't mean setting people up to do some sort of loyalty test or keeping your enemies closer. This isn't the channel for that place, and this isn't the kind of vibe that I give or want to give off in any way, shape, or form. Because what you do to others also comes back to you. And sometimes a test of loyalty, depending on how using it, whatever test you created in your life, is really a projection, and you're projecting these feelings onto someone else without really knowing if that's their feelings or not. Honestly, sometimes it could be your feelings, your own feelings, your own idea of this person, and then you project it out into the world to everyone else around them. So it's really important to understand that being looking at how why you wanted to be an adult so bad when you were a kid, and then why you would want to be a child again when you become an adult. Is it out of being afraid? Let's go ahead and get right into this and see. So vulnerability, Spirit, what can you share with us, those watching, about vulnerability? What can help with, here we go, peace, inner peace? Yes, being vulnerable brings your inner peace forth. It sets the stage. So it definitely, you know, setting the stage isn't always fun and fantastic feeling. It's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of preparation, time, sweat, blood, tears. So it doesn't, Spirit is wanting you to know that it doesn't mean that everything will be cupcakes and rainbows. But to get to this inner peace, it's important and imperative for you to show some vulnerability for yourself and have discernment when sharing with others. Have discernment once you do share with someone. If you share a vulnerable situation or feeling, a part of your life with someone, and they rip it all apart, you know, gossip or turn it around to be deceitful or don't honor, again, there, if you have dealt with this or you are dealing with this, because there's a feeling that someone is dealing with this right now, it's imperative you go back inside to get your inner peace. Look at you here. You're holding your peace. Holding your peace. Because your inner peace is not judged or based on others. You're learning this now. And your vulnerability is a protective shield. It's a filter. It's a filter, Spirit saying, that helps you determine who does deserve your loyalty and who does not. So being open, honest, and vulnerable to someone, sharing deep emotions with someone, having your authentic truth, that's what brings you peace. And that's why you do what you do. Approaching difficult, having difficult conversations with others, even those that you maybe barely know. But if you've had a disagreement and you want to clear the air, but yet you're always the only one apologizing, you're always the only one taking ownership of your feelings, then it's time to reevaluate what you're doing, because you're continually giving your energy away to someone that doesn't honor or respect your feelings. to someone that can't take accountability for their actions, for someone that is too afraid to admit they're afraid, someone that probably sweeps under the rug everything and thinks that it's all disappeared until they lash out at the cashier at the gas station for taking too long, or complain and moan about the line being long somewhere and you have places to be because you didn't allow yourself enough time. So it's important to use the information wisely when you receive it. Yes, yes, indeed. Use the information wisely. Let's pull some cards on vulnerability. Now, vulnerability. What can help those become more vulnerable to share? And it's important to, before you try to help others with their despair, that you also are in a better place, to do so with your life. Oh, I see you. I see. Slipping and a sliding. And now I want to listen to some Simon and Garfunkel. Okay, let's see what we have for you today. Yeah, you're gonna, a change is coming for you. Ah, look at that. You're really getting down to earth with your emotions. And this energy here of focusing on what isn't working, instead of focusing on this, you're actually going to shift your mentality. Maybe this actually helped you understand your situation better, your upbringing, the dysfunction that you learned, perhaps not sharing. Now you're starting to allow emotions to flow. You have been focused on what doesn't work and loss, even though you have all of this abundance around you. Spirit says you have an abundance around you, and it's not all necessarily tangible items. These are love. Some of you are surrounded by love, and it's imperative that you hold that space dear to you, just as you would ask someone to hold it, your feelings and your love, dear to them. It works both ways, Spirit says. And you're contemplating your next step on how to move forward with this vulnerability, how to set yourself free from the loss, from what you don't have to what you do have. All it takes, and this is how Spirit is wanting you to know how easy it is to just shift your head, turn your head, turn the other cheek, speak your piece, then turn the other cheek. It's as simple as that. Don't dwell. Do not dwell on what is done, is a message I just received. And here you are in the field with pumpkins, and we are actually where we are in the eastern side of the states. It is fall right now, and pumpkins are definitely around us everywhere. You're very brave here. So you've gained a lot of courage. You started to understand what must be done. And we seriously got an Emperor in the birthday reading as well. In fact, I thought the Emperor from that flew out over here to where you could see, so I moved it back, and I almost thought to myself, maybe Spirit wants the Emperor out here. Look at that. And they're like, oh, we've got you. we're going to let them know Spirit has your back. So there is something there for you to realize and to understand and to hold dear to yourself. The Emperor energy, being very grounded. So your emotions had the best of you for a while with this vulnerability, and now you're stepping more into your grounded state with this Knight of Pentacles, allowing yourself to blossom, being determined. You're determined to not stay in this state anymore. You have done this in the past, and you're learning now that it's okay. It happened. It's done. Honor what came about of this to help you understand how to take your next foot forward, one step at a time, Spirit says. And you're being very patient in this energy. Then, of course, we have this strong, creative, masculine leader come in. The voice of reason when it's chaotic. Now you have learned through your emotions, through your patience and strength and groundedness, contemplation, the time you took, you learned. And now this is when you have the ability to share this simple truth with others about vulnerability so that you can dispel their despair as well. This is your soul card. This is the card for you, definitely, that you are going to embrace your masculine energy within in order to make this happen, to draw out the best in anyone. Let's pull the final card today. All right, we have mermaids. Mermaids, we got some mermaids out there. Going with the flow. Maybe you are Pisces energy, perhaps. We have a Pisces in the house. Allow yourself to feel any feelings that you feel, but this card is given the energy that you're in turbulent waters right now. And maybe this is due to the vulnerability or something else just going on in your life. But once again, as we saw peace, we have a dove here. There's also doves all around and seagulls all around here. Very pure, loving, cosmic energy. When the tides get rough and the currents are strong, you know how to hang on. You didn't before vulnerability, but now you do. You embrace your fear. And vulnerability too. I just created that. Movement is a feeling with this card. Sacred calling. Fate. This card could be asking you to make a gut decision as well. Be sure that you recollect what we spoke about here and how to do this. Understanding vulnerability is a strength and courage and not a weakness. And now we get to blow out the candle for the day. All right? So go ahead and set your intention. On the count of 3, we'll blow this candle out. 1, 2, 3. And as the smoke rises, may your dreams and your wishes rise too. Have a cosmic day and tonight, meow.